is Nikki, and today's video response will be directed towards video clip 1.2, Problem-Based Learning Approach. Analysis questions. During this video, I will reflect on the following analysis questions. What is problem-based learning? How does PBL differ from conventional education? What are the essential elements of PBL? What is the student's role in PBL process? And what is the instructor's role in the PBL process? My definition of problem-based learning is that problem-based learning is the process of acquiring new knowledge based on recognition of a need to learn. I believe PBL differs from conventional education. Conventional education teaches us to arrive at decisions based on previous knowledge and reasoning. I believe essential elements of PBL are good work environment, internal motivation, and feedback to enhance the progression of learning. I believe the student's role is to be taught in the PBL process, and I believe the teacher's role is to guide the learning process. So what is PBL, you might ask? PBL is a curriculum model designed around real-life problems that are ill-structured, open-ended, and ambiguous. How is PBL different? PBL has a student-centered approach. It emphasizes knowledge construction rather than knowledge transmission. It relies on the problem as a vehicle to guide learners to relevant content information. Problem is introduced first as a stimulus for learning rather than following presentation of facts and concepts. What are the benefits of PBL? PBL allows learners to explore the content of the course while learning how to solve real-world problems. It also emphasizes critical thinking, problem solving, research, teamwork, and lifelong learning skills. I experienced problem-based learning in the clinical setting as a nursing student. I believe it's much more efficient and beneficial to my learning. I learn better in a practical environment versus just reading from the books. The role of the student in PBL. As a student, I am responsible for my own learning. I'm expected to examine gaps in my learning or a group's knowledge and skill. By doing so, I'll be able to know how to eliminate gaps to have my learning come together. I'm also responsible for using available resources as well as finding additional resources to help resolve any incoming problems. The role of the instructor in PBL. Facilitate the learning process rather than instruct and disseminate information. Instead of telling you what you should be learning, instructors will try to guide you towards recognizing it yourself. Maastricht's 7-step model of PBL. 1 is to clarify and agree working definitions, unclear terms and concepts. 2, define the problem and agree which phenomena requires explanation. 3, analyze the problems, brainstorm. 4, arrange explanations into a tentative solution. 5, generate and prioritize learning objectives. 6, research the objective through private study. And 8, report back, synthesize explanations, and apply new information to the original problems. Synthesis questions. I will use the following synthesis questions as a guide to assist with synthesizing the ideas that occurred in this video response. What are characteristics of PBL appropriate to this course? How can you see your role as a student changing in a PBL environment? What about the role of the instructor? Thinking critically, what are the perceived advantages and disadvantages of PBL environments? And what can you do to help prepare for PBL? What resources will be helpful as you prepare? Characteristics of PBL in regards to this course include collaboration, communication, and participation, as we are required to work in groups. Analyzing scenarios, gathering information, developing solutions using resources, and self-reflection are also key characteristics. Student roles change in PBL as students take over their own learning rather than being taught everything all at once by teachers. Students explore and analyze significant parts and develop hypotheses and possible ideas to create solutions. Advantages of PBL are that students gain good knowledge retention as they are not memorizing large volumes of information all at once, and there's also increased self-direction. Disadvantages are that PBL requires planning as there's not a set way to solve problems, which can be time-consuming. Preparation is important as using the problem-based learning approach may be difficult if it is your first time doing so. I believe watching online video aids and seeking information and help from educators, peers, and teachers is important.